Imagine you are standing at your local market, and a visitor asks you for directions to the nearest hospital. It can be hard to explain the twists and turns without losing your way. Most of the time, we look at our surroundings from the side. This view gives us great detail. We can easily see the handle on a teacup or the windows and doors on a building. But to really understand the layout of an entire area, we have to change how we look at it. We need to imagine looking straight down from high above. Notice how a clay pot becomes a simple circle, and a thatched hut turns into a flat triangle. Fixing these top-down outlines on a page creates a map, simplifying objects to show their basic shape and the space between them. By turning our three-dimensional world into these simple, readable shapes, we create a guide that makes a complex landscape easy to follow. There's one big challenge with maps. The world is massive, but paper is small. We cannot draw every real tree or building to its actual size. This is a photo of the rocky slopes and snow-capped peaks of a high mountain. Besides something this gigantic, a human being is just a tiny, invisible speck. To represent massive features, we use symbols, keeping maps neat. A mountain becomes a brown triangle, water a blue shape, and a forest just a few green trees. Every map includes a key, a list explaining exactly what each real-world shape stands for. Maps also use specific colors to help us identify the land. Blue represents water bodies, green shows us plants and crops, and brown shows highland. Once you understand these symbols, you can read an entire landscape. You will know what the terrain looks like before you ever set foot there. Even with a map in your hand, you still have to know which direction to walk. If you are standing in an open field, how do you know which way is which? Nature gives us a steady guide. Since the sun rises in the east, a stick placed in the ground in the morning will cast a shadow that points directly to the west. For a more precise tool, we use a compass. It has a magnetic needle that always stays level and points toward the north. A compass shows the four main directions: north, south, east, and west. It also shows the directions in between, like northeast or southwest, giving us a complete circle of guidance. By combining map symbols with these compass directions, you have the instructions you need to guide yourself safely through the environment. Now, let's use these tools to look at the world around us. When we can read the natural features of an area, we begin to see the story of how people live there. This image shows a wide blue lake. On a map, a feature like this tells a community where they can find fish for food, or use boats to transport goods from one shore to another. This photo shows a blue-tinted mountain range. These highlands offer fertile soil for farming, though the steep slopes mean that people must be careful to prevent the soil from washing away. Natural features are also full of energy. When a river is forced through a narrow, steep gorge, it creates powerful rapids that can be a resource and a danger during heavy rains. Between the hills, we find valleys. These are excellent places to find clay for making pots. But because they are low and damp, they are also places where water can collect and mosquitoes can breed. Then there are plateaus. These are high areas of land that are flat on top. Because the ground is level and raised, they are the most ideal places for building homes and constructing long, straight roads. When you look at a map, you see more than just names and lines. You see where it is safest to build, where the land provides for the community, and how to navigate our world with confidence.